Konnichiwa minnasan, Marina desu. How you guys doing? So today is a video about anime conventions which have a larger J fashion, which includes Lolita, kawaii decor, pretty much any J fashion audience that you might be interested in going. So as it is con season, you'll be seeing lots of Facebook posts, Instagram posts, Snapchats, Twitter, any other social media about anime conventions that are happening or are currently happening. So I'm just gonna tell you the ones that, at least in my opinion, that are pretty good and have like a big community, at least when it comes to J fashion, that you might be interested in going to next time. So these are not in any particular order, as in like how large or how small they are. It's just a random order. I didn't think about how to order these. So the first con that I recommend that you go to if you're interested in Lolita fashion is Anime North. So as you know, I went to Anime North this year, and I also went to Anime North in 2016, not 2017 just because of school. But Anime North is Canada's largest anime convention. So pretty much anime, cosplay, J fashion, you'll find all of that there. So Anime North is in Toronto and Mississauga, so it's like near the Pearson Airport. It's like really close by. So when I went my first year, it was my first big anime convention / first time wearing Lolita to such a big anime convention. So at least in my experience, it looks like it's getting better. I personally wasn't able to go to last year just because of school, but I remember in 2016 I also went to the tea party. They had pretty good Japanese Lolita brands and designers. This year at least they had also non-Lolita designers such as Minori, so she is into Shironuri style makeup, so that's not Lolita at all, even though she is influenced. She used to wear Lolita. So if you're looking to go to Canada for an anime convention, Anime North is a good one. So the next anime convention that I recommend is TECCO. So TECCO is an anime convention in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So TECCO, it happens in April. So last year TECCO had one of Baby's designers, Saki. So she was a guest at the tea party there. So Baby and Alice and the Pirates were at TECCO last year. So that was really big for that con, to get more J fashion into that community, and really TECCO, at least in my opinion, and from friends' opinions as well, it seems to be a con that is on the growth curve. So maybe, hopefully next year I can go as well and go to a Baby tea party now that I own the Baby dress. So TECCO happens around early April, so around the second week of April. So keep your eye on that as well too. So next con is Paradiso. So Paradiso is in Kansas City, Missouri. And unfortunately this con does tend to happen around the same time as Anime North. But Paradiso is also one, along with TECCO, that is really growing. Last year, at least for 2018, pretty much all their tickets were sold out. It was pretty serious. I personally, when I was thinking about going, it was just all sold out, and it was just too late for me to even try to go. So if I don't end up going to Anime North next year or whatever year, I would try to go to Paradiso. But unfortunately, since it is around the same time, that might be a little bit tricky. Last year, at least one of their Lolita guests was Lovely Lore. She was a guest at the tea party there. So it was really cool seeing like a Lolita celebrity. So next con is Katsucon. So a lot of people know Katsucon, known for its cosplay and anime, but Katsucon is actually gaining a lot of traction in the J fashion scene. So last year they had a lot of good guests, and it was really big. There's a really big Lolita community out there. It happens in February, so it is a little bit cold, so make sure you dress warmly at Katsucon, and it's held in the DC area. So it's also another good chance to head out to DC and look at touristy things along with anime convention with Lolita stuff. Again, I do want to try to go to all these, but it's really hard when there's like so many around the corner. So the next con that you probably have heard of is Anime Expo. So Anime Expo is the US's largest anime convention. This year there is a lot of J fashion guests that are vending there as usual. So such as the Manhara brand is going to be there, ACDC Rag is going to be there. So lots of J fashion brands, not just Lolita. And they usually have really big turnout when it comes to J fashion. There's a lot of Lolitas in LA, so it's really a good chance for you to meet a really big group. The next con is Otakon. So Otakon is a large anime convention in the DC area as well. It happens in early August, around August 10th, around there. So there you'll see Lolita fashion show, Lolita panels, and etc. They actually have something called the Lolita Garden, which is like a place where like Lolitas can like meet up and like take pictures and have fun and interact with each other. I really like this idea a lot, just because like you don't really see like Lolita rooms strictly for Lolitas and Lolitas only. To just take fun pictures and stuff, because usually in bigger cons, you if you see a Lolita passing by, you'll say, hey, I like your cord, can we take a pic, and etc. Whereas like at least in the Lolita Garden, you can just go to this place and take pictures together. The next anime convention is A-Con. So A-Con is a really big anime convention in the Fort Worth, Texas area. So this con happens in early June. So this past year, they had Baby the Star Shine Bright, Alice and the Pirates, Galaxy, just a couple brands to name a few. So if you're in the area, there's a really big con there for you. Really, I feel like a lot of cons are just cool. They're always closer to like the Midwest / West versus the East, and it's like not fair because I live in the East Coast, I live in New York State, so it's like I always have to travel. Next is Sakura-Con. So Sakura-Con is another anime convention which happens in late March. So this past year was March 30th to April 1st. So, and this year they actually had a really great guest. It was Moi Meme Moitie, or you know, the brand, Minnasan's brand. Sorry for butchering that, but it's Minnasan's brand. So there was a lot of people that were really excited. So Sakura-Con happens in the month of April, usually between mid to late April, and it happens in Washington State. So these are just a few cons that have Lolita tea parties or Lolita fashion shows, or not just strictly Lolita. I only say Lolita just because I am into the fashion, so I'm more aware of like which anime conventions has more Lolita community. But most of these conventions I mentioned do have other non-Lolita J fashion community in there. It just so happens that Lolita is kind of like the most popular one. So there are so many more. There are so many smaller ones as well that have J fashion communities. But I just wanted to tell you which ones were like the big ones. Probably like a couple that I didn't mention just because I forgot. Have you been to any of these cons? I've only been to one of these that I've been talking about. And then there are a couple that I do want to mention that are like honorable mentions, but they're... So one of my honorable mentions was Rufflecon, but unfortunately that will just not continue this year. Another honorable mention was a couple years ago, there was like this really cool con called Waku Waku New York City. I didn't get the chance to go, but they had so many great guests. But unfortunately there was just a lot of internal issues, and then it was a lot of hectic drama there. So, but cons come and go. Like, well, there was always gonna be a new fashion event, so keep your eyes peeled. Maybe there might be a new one opening near you. As far as I know, right now in my side of the country, in the New York area at least, there is the Kawaii Society. Try to do general J fashion events, so feel free to check that out too if you're in New York, and maybe go to one of their events. They recently held a meet and greet with Pixie Lock, so if you're into general J fashion or like more colorful fashion, that might be something you might be into, or maybe for one of their future events. So if you like this video, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below if you've been to any of these cons or want to go to any of these cons. You already know I want to go to all of them. And if you want me to do another one of these, there are so many more cons out. These are just cons in North America, so in the United States and Canada. So there are so many in Europe and Japan and Korea, China. So if you want to know any more of those, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. And make sure you click on that bell so you know when I upload. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.